Let's find out as we first hand over to Amazon consultant Adam. Adam, good morning. The floor and the screen is yours.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mark, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. So, first of all, really thank you very much for your invitation to be a part of this series. I think it's really exciting what you guys are doing there. So thank you for that. So I will be speaking today, about how to really get ready for Prime Day, but in general about peak events. I think some of the learnings from today you can leverage as well for your Cyber Week activities. And I will be speaking predominantly about the advertising side of the things with Amazon. But before I kick it off, a couple of words about me. So I've been in e-commerce and digital marketing for close to 18 years right now. I spent probably a majority of my time on agency side. I work for large brands, for large global clients over the course of the years. And last 4 years I spent at Philips, where I was essentially leading our partnership with Amazon, our strategy with Amazon, specifically from advertising perspective. And recently I actually understood that it's quite a big opportunity out there in the market. So I've set up a little bit of my own consultancy where I'm essentially working with medium-sized and larger clients about all their Amazon advertising needs. I've been also contributing to various white papers, and this year, interestingly, I'm going to be a part of the judging channel in the DMA Awards, which I encourage everyone to participate in as well. There's still some time for everyone's entries. Enough about me, let's get on with the topic. So, obviously we live in completely unprecedented times. The pandemic affected all of us, affected all of our personal, social, and lives. But for me, what's interesting about that, it really accelerated some of the opportunities which digital marketing and especially e-commerce provides. So what really happened is we spent much more time online. So if you look at some of the data here from Kantar, we have been online probably 80% time more than last year. And of course, the shopping behaviors also changed as well and have been accelerated. So we spent much more time online, and we started shopping much more online as well. That's why I think it's the whole COVID impacted our industry, not just for now. It's really changed the way that we behave. And as a result of that, you can see that all the large technology and media companies have largely accelerated their growth, right? So they are the clear winners. In my opinion, it's just that the future just came a little bit early through the COVID situation. But let's get into the details. Let's look here at some of the responses to the survey, which was done across many global retailers, specifically about Prime Day. So in this survey, you can see some interesting findings. Essentially, more than 50% of the global brands, they expect that this year's Prime Day will be more successful and potentially bigger than ever, just because of those completely different shopping behaviors accelerated due to COVID-19. And as a result of that, almost 90% of brands are also really getting ready for the Prime Day event and are looking to spend at least the same amount from the advertising perspective on promoting the event or more than last year. What's quite interesting as well is that I think when you look at the graph here about the reasons why the brands are investing in Prime Day, it's not anymore only to drive more sales. Prime Day has become also a very important event to build your brand awareness, and to acquire new customers, which will then stay with you. So, but let's go back to your regular kind of retail calendar. I think Mark already mentioned that our Q4 will look slightly different. So in general, if you look at your calendar, January, February, you're looking at your new year, new you, Valentine's Day, March, April, all about Easter shopping, May, Mother's Day, getting ready for summer, June, July, really Prime Day for the brands who are present on Amazon was one of the key moments. And now indeed, Prime Day will likely shift to Q4. So next to Black Friday and Cyber Monday, you will have Prime Day, but you will also have your Singles Day, especially if you're global retailers. The Singles Day, the Chinese shopping holiday will also likely be much bigger than ever. So really, the Q4 is becoming a critical quarter for your sales during the year. How to prepare for the peak event? I'm going to go into some of the details, some of the recommendations here, which worked for many clients, which I'm working on. I think the key element is the preparation. I found an interesting quote here from Benjamin Franklin, that by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. And that's indeed very true, specifically for your Prime Day or any peak event indeed. So for me, the key is to start your preparation as early as possible. Before you even start about your advertising efforts, you really need to decide what products, what categories you're going to be promoting during the day, right? And then once you have those forecasts, those sales forecasts, you want to start doing some kind of backwards calculation using your historical data to essentially understand, how much budget you will need from advertising perspective to succeed on the day. I think why it's also very important to start your preparation early for peak event Prime Day is that when you want to leverage all the advertising channels on Amazon, being sponsored ads, search, Amazon DSP, and also direct display, you have to be aware that Amazon releases the sponsorship packages, the direct display sponsorship packages, 4-5 months in advance of the holiday. So already at that time, you need to have a good idea what categories and what kind of budgets you're talking about, because those packages will be released, and there's a big competition on the market to secure those packages. So that's why you need to really think in advance about that. Also, what's critical, you have to think about your advertising and media strategy during the peak event, very holistic, right? So think about leveraging really all the advertising channels, but also, think about other platforms which can help and support you in bringing additional traffic to the platform. So, of course, during the day, you will be looking at driving sales and potentially looking at your bids, but you need to prepare your consumers for the event. So what I usually recommend is to have a phased approach, right? So try to divide your peak event campaign using a lead up phase, events or on the day activities, and also lead out, right? So don't forget that also when the event is closed, you still can connect with the people who perhaps didn't complete their purchases through remarketing activities. And also, what's I think critical is that you have to prepare very well for the day itself. Make sure you've got some flexible budget, in case your competition really increase their efforts. And I've seen competitors stepping up significantly during the day. So make sure you've got that flexible budget. Make sure you monitor your performance during the day and adjust your advertising strategy. So let's go. I'm not going to go into all of the details here, but you may leverage this framework for your preparation. It's divided into lead up phase as well. You've got some activities happening on the day, such as sponsorship, which you can leverage on Amazon. So homepage takeover and deal event page sponsorship as well. I think what's important here is that you set up different metrics and objectives for different advertising channel and for different phases of your strategy. So you want to think about driving brand awareness a couple of weeks in advance, driving awareness of the deals, really prepare your consumers, customers for the day. And during the day itself, you really want to focus on sponsored ads activities specifically, and really leverage that channel, because that's the one that you can really impact during the day the most. And as I've mentioned already, think about a lead out phase when you focus on some of the retargeting activities. You can use Amazon DSP, you can use some other retargeting opportunities just to make sure you bring potential additional sales. I think I skipped. Okay. Okay. During the event itself, there is various things which you should be focusing on. There is a notion and an idea that I saw a lot of brands and agencies teaming up and creating some kind of war room scenarios. Essentially, Amazon Prime Day, it's not anymore a one-day event. It used to be a 24 hours event. In 2018, it was extended to 36 hours. Last year, actually, Amazon Prime Day, lasted for 2 days, 48 hours. And what you have to remember is that deals actually start at midnight the day before, right? So, if you want to succeed during Prime Day, you really have to stretch your working hours a little bit to make sure that all of your advertising is running correctly, that you respond to your competitors' activities, that you adjust your campaigns based on the stock level, the availability of your products, especially if you're running some campaigns outside of the Amazon ecosystem as well. Those campaigns will not stop if you run out of stock. So you have to be ready to pause them. And believe me, I've seen a lot of clients in the past running out of stock and still running campaigns. So you have to be ready. You have to make sure that your agency is ready to stop and adjust the campaigns accordingly. Right. What I think you can leverage peak events and Amazon is to also test quite a lot of things. Some interesting tests which we have done in the past when I was at Philips. We're testing the custom landing pages as a destination versus the product detail pages. So essentially what we found out that for brands, especially in the multi-category environment, sending traffic, sending your customer to custom landing pages showcasing more than just your hero product works very well. It perhaps doesn't have as high conversion rate as if you send your traffic to the hero product, but what we've seen is that overall size of the basket is higher. So you may want to do some testing on your site. I'm not saying it will work for all the products, all the brands, but you may consider that strategy to increase your overall basket. And finally, I think what's critical as well is that you after the event, you really focus on gathering all the data together and conduct a really thorough post-event analysis using all of the data sources, coming from vendor, seller central, from your advertising interfaces, using your internal data as well. You want to highlight what worked, what didn't work. You want to try separate your organic sales from ad attributed sales. When you do your reporting, please consider the 14 days attribution window. If you are running some lead out campaigns, consider it as well. So you may only have all of your data, 4, 5, 6 weeks after the events. This will help you really build your library of best practices and really help you set yourself up for success for the next big event. You need this historical data to plan for your next year's event as well. So yeah, I mean that's really me. Thank you very much for your attention. I just wanted to say that if anyone would like to continue the discussion, would like to get in touch with me about any of your Amazon advertising challenges, please feel free to get in touch. Thank you.
That was great, Adam. Thank you very much indeed there for sharing your insights. Please stay